Great Gatsby by Francis Scott Fitzgerald. Chapter 9. I couldn't sleep at all last night. Just before it got light, I heard the taxi go to Gatsby's drive. I jumped out of bed, dressed and went over to his house. The front door was open and he was in the hall. He looked tired. Nothing happened, he said. I waited and at 4 o'clock, he came to a window, stood there for a moment and then turned out the light. We went into the sitting room, opened the windows and sat smoking in the darkness. You should go away, I said. They will find your card. Go away now, Osborne. He didn't want to leave yet. He had to know what Daisy's plans were first. He was holding on to some last hope. He told me about Dame Cody that night, but he really wanted to go about Daisy. He said she was the first nice girl he would know. When she invited him to her house, he was amazed at how beautiful it was. Everything about it excited his imagination. He felt that it was full of romance and mystery. But he knew he didn't have the right to be there. He was poor and he had no past. The only thing he had were his dreams and ambitions for a bright future. However, he let Daisy believe that he was from the same social class as her. He planned to take what he wanted for her and leave. He didn't expect to fall in love with her. After the war, he tried to get home, but he was sent to Oxford by mistake. Daisy's letters to him were full of despair. Why couldn't he come home? She needed him to be there. She needed to know that she was doing the right thing. Daisy was beginning to feel the pressures of the world she lived in. An artificial world of orchids and orchestra, of snobbery and hypocrisy. He wanted her life to be decided immediately. That's good. She met Thomas Turner. I don't think she never loved him, Gatsby said. He told her those things yesterday to frighten her, to make me look like a cheap criminal. She didn't know what she was saying. Perhaps she loved him just for a minute when they were first married, and loved me more even then. Do you understand? It was 9 o'clock, and I had to go to work. I will call you at work, I said. Do that, Osborne, he said. I suppose Daisy will call too. I suppose so. Well, goodbye. We shook hands at the gate, and turned around and shouted, They're awful people. You were worth more than all of them put together. I have always been glad I said that it was the only compliment I ever gave him, because I disapproved of him from beginning to end. I tried to do some work, but I fell asleep in my chair just before noon. The phone woke me. It was Jordan. I have left Daisy's house. I'm going to Southampton, she said. You weren't very nice to me last night, but I want to see you again. I want to see you too. Suppose I don't go to Southampton and come into town this afternoon. No, not this afternoon. We talked for a while and the call ended because one of us put the receiver down. I don't know which one. I just knew that I didn't want to talk to her anymore that day. I called Gatsby's house 4 times, but they told me the line was busy. Now I want to go back a little and explain what happened at the garage after we left there the night before. Mickley stayed with Wilson after the accident. Wilson was confused, but about 3 o'clock in the morning he began to talk about the yellow car. He said he had a way of finding out who it belonged to. He also said that 2 months ago his wife had come home with a broken nose and bruises on her face. Then he killed her, said Wilson. Who killed her? I have the way of finding out. It was an accident, George. It was a man in a car, Wilson said with conviction. She ran out to speak to him and he didn't stop. At 6 o'clock, Mickley left Wilson. When he returned to the garage at 10, Wilson wasn't there. The police guessed he had spent the morning looking for the owner of the yellow car. At 2:30, he was in West End, where he asked someone the way to Gatsby's house. Gatsby put on his bathing suit at 2 o'clock. He told his butler to come and tell him if anyone phoned. Before going to his swimming pool, he went to his garage and picked up a water mattress. No telephone message came. The chauffeur heard the shots but didn't go to investigate it. He said later that he hadn't, so that were very important. When I got to the station that evening, I drove straight to Gatsby's house. I think everyone in the house knew what had happened, but they didn't say anything. In complete silence, the chauffeur, butler, gardener, and I hurried down to the pool. The wind was making small ripples on the surface of the water and moving the mattress and its burden slowly toward the edge of the pool. As we carried Gatsby's house back to the house, we saw Wilson's body. It was lying in the grass not far from the pool. So we beat on. Both against the current, though thrown back ceaselessly into the past.